it's Laura here from the kindness community and Honey who wanted to join in. We've only got a few days left of this current market, so I wanted to share a couple of tips with you to help you get sales in the final days. So if you go to the little search bit at the top of the group, you'll be able to search for hashtag top tips, and there'll be lots of videos like this one to give you some tips on what to do. Also, if you go to the featured posts and scroll through, you'll find marketing materials for this market. Feel free to save them and share them. It's not too late. We still need more customers in the last few days. So if you're regularly sharing those, you're bringing more people to the market. Team effort. I can't do everything on my own, and I can't buy from every single one of you. As you can see from the wall behind me, I buy as much as I can. I buy as much personally as I can, like the earrings here that are from Handmade For You, the necklace that's from Mo's Handmade Jewellery. All the goodies that are on the wall behind me in my gallery are all bought from the market to promote you guys. But physically, I'm in a similar situation to a lot of you, surviving on disability benefits. I'm not able to work because I'm too poorly, and so I haven't got millions of pounds to go out and buy everything from everyone. Unfortunately, I would if I could, but that means that it's, everyone's got to chip in. And so one of the ways we can do that is by sharing the marketing posts and bringing more customers to the group. So you'll notice also at the top of the group, there's an invite button. Hit that and invite like-minded people to the group. That all helps. Also, as you scroll through the featured posts at the top, you'll find guides on how to post, how the market works. There's a template there that can give you, sometimes it's really hard to think exactly what to post, when to post, etc. The template that's there, you can literally copy and paste it and just edit the little details about what you're selling. And that will then make sure that you include key things like your social media on every post, your generic website on every post. I mean, like the overall link to your website. Because someone might click on something that you post, say you're selling, I don't know, a jumper, and they might think, oh, I really like that, but what if it was available in different colours, different sizes, different style? If they've then got your generic full website link, they can then go to that and see what else you sell just by getting inspired by something that you've posted. Also, by posting your social media on every post, it means that then people can go and follow you. Not everyone has got money right now, and that's the sad reality of the situation. But people still need to buy gifts all year round. If they see something that they like from you, chances are, if you put your social media stuff on every post and give them the opportunity to follow you, then they'll follow you, and then when the occasion comes around, that birthday, anniversary, etc., Christmas, they will then come back to you. And if they're following you already, then they're in your ecosystem and you can get sales even when the market isn't running. As you know, we run 4 times a year as a pop-up. So that means that then even when we're not open, if you've posted your social media links on every post, people can follow you and buy even when we're not open. And that's a good way to get extra sales. And the more we only share a link and run away, that's not great engagement. That's not, if you imagine if you're a shopkeeper and you just, grab people off the street and bring them in, and then you go out the back and don't actually serve them. That's kind of what you're doing when you share a link and go off and do something else. What's much more effective is if you actually spend a little bit of time, scroll through, even if it's only, we're all busy, most of us are really poorly, even if it's only that you scroll the top 3 posts or something, actually comment on them, leave a really nice comment. What that does then is your name or business name comes up in the comments, and the more people see it, the more people realise that you're really kind, and it builds the know, like and trust factor, and people are more likely to want to do business with you. Especially if you're brand new to this market, people don't know who you are. The more you engage and the more you build those relationships, the more people are likely to want to shop with you. And that's really important. If we just shove our stuff there and effectively drag people off the street and run away, they're probably not going to shop. Maybe they'll look in and then they'll leave awkwardly. If this was like a physical shop, that's maybe what would happen. So try and actually think, how do you build those relationships? How do you really get people engaged in wanting to see what you sell? Also, another way is to really tell people your story as well. You can share lots of different things in here. You can share videos, you can go live, you can share work in progress, you can share reviews. Lots of us feel really uncomfortable being really sort of salesy. So it's a great way to get involved and actually share the story behind what you do, the reason for you doing what you do. All of that kind of builds up this picture. You're a real person, you know. We're not Amazon. We are not a faceless corporation. So show people that. Show people what you're all about. If you're selling in this way on an online market because you're disabled, tell people your story. Tell people why you do what you do. Maybe you're trying to raise funds for adaptations in your house or something. I'm not saying to make it like a guilt thing that you want pity sales. That's not a great approach. But let people know why you're doing what you're doing. Maybe this is giving you the freedom to be able to bring in an income in a way that having a regular 9-to-5 just doesn't give you because you're too poorly. That's certainly the case for me. There's lots of things that you can do to really share your story and share the work in progress, share the process of what you're making, so that, you know, we're not Temu and Shein over here. You know, this is mostly people are making the things that are in this market, or they're running their own business, selling products from like an MLM or something. But their heart and soul is in this, you know. Share that heart and soul. That is what connects people and makes people want to buy from you. The kind of share a link and run away tactic, you know, that's fine if that's what you want to do, but it won't necessarily generate sales because you're not actually really interacting and building those relationships. Making those friendships. People want to buy and support their friends. So if you invest the time in making those friendships, and leaving lovely comments for people and supporting other people, lifting other people up, you know, rising tide lifts all ships and all that, you know, it helps everybody and it makes everybody feel good. And if you've made somebody else feel good, maybe then they want to make you feel good, and you start to build these relationships and that kind of reciprocity. And that really, really helps for you to get sales. Lots of sales in here come from people that have made friendships with each other, and then they're not buying from people who were already their friends. They're becoming friends through the interactions in this market, and, you know, getting to know each other and loving each other's products. And you order once and then there's like a nice little note in there, and, you know, you build those relationships, and that's really important. Lots of the things that I buy in this market, people leave a little note. I keep hold of all of them. I've got a cupboard full of them, and I love that. I love that real, like, handmade approach. You don't get that when you order something on Amazon or when you go to Asda. So, you know, those kind of real connections are what make a market like this really special. This market, we allow unlimited posts every day. Now that is because I totally get that not every day is created equal. I'm really chronically ill myself. My disabilities and my symptoms mean I often end up stuck in bed or on the sofa. I'm not able to get out. I'm not able to make. But the days that I am, then go for it. You know, I don't want to restrict you guys on, if you get a good day, make the most of it, celebrate that good day and post as much as you can. You know, we don't consider that spam in here, because then chances are there's other days when you're not well enough to post at all. So we are different from other markets in that way. Make the most of it. You know, when the going's good, post as much as you can. I'm as guilty as anyone of hiding in this market. I promote everybody else. I'm not so great at doing the things to promote myself, my own business and kindness community, beyond selling the actual stalls in the first place. So yesterday I was like, right, I've got to practice what I preach. I spent an hour, listed loads of stuff. I got 7 sales within a couple of hours. Now, that wouldn't have been possible if I hadn't posted stuff. You know, I haven't sold a lot the rest of the market because I haven't posted stuff. So, you know, you get out of it a lot of the time what you put into it. So you really do need to be making sure that you're visible. And I know it is hard when you feel like everyone's stuff is amazing and you feel like you're not good enough. Ditch that thought. you're all amazing. I've seen what you make. You're all incredible. So let's park that not good enough feeling and just go for it. Share what you've got to offer. The more people see it, the more likely you are to get sales. That's just simple maths, you know. The more people that see your products, the more people like your products, the more people follow you. They say that it takes about 6 or 7 times for someone to see your product in order for them to buy. So you want to be coming up in the feed. You want to be interacting in the comments so that people see your name again. You want it to be that so that when someone searches for your name, they find multiple posts and you're not just sort of a ghost in the group. You want to make sure that you're seen. So that is all really, really important. One of the things that I like to do is I'm much more of a morning person. So I set an alarm on my phone or a little reminder and it goes off to share posts in the market. And that means that first thing in the morning, I can do some shares. And I do that for the overall kindness community and stuff, and shares from the Kindness Crusader and the content that goes out on that, so that I remember to do it, because otherwise I get stuck in doom scrolling, like most of us, probably completely distracted. We have the time, but we probably spend it doing something that's less productive. So, you know, set a reminder and actually take action and post. It's also quite a good idea. Habit stacking is then doing it. So say doing a new task off the back of something that you're already doing. So maybe when you're waiting for the kettle to boil, share a post. Nip to the loo at work, you know, share a quick post while you're in there. Not if you're going to the loo. But all of those kind of things, you can take those moments. Maybe you're on the bus, share a post. Make those kind of regular things that you do an opportunity to post. Maybe you're waiting in the doctor's surgery, share a post. All of those kind of things mean that you're actually making the most of your time and you're listing more often. And that is, you know, that's great for you being seen. That's really useful. I hope this was some useful tips for you. I'll share this around and I'll probably split the video up so that you've got more tips. And fingers crossed you get more happy dances. Thanks everyone.